Hi you guys, it's UheartElysia here. So we're gonna just jump right into it. The first thing that I did was I cleansed my face with my Illuminate cleanser. It is for oily skin, and so now I'm just gonna go ahead and apply some moisturizer into my face, just to make sure that the moisture is replenished back into my skin. It's very key that you do this with any skincare routine that you have. Make sure you moisturize. You don't want your skin to dry out. That causes cracking, wrinkles, and just your makeup creasing in general. The next thing I do is I apply my rose water. I absolutely love my rose water. It makes my skin feel so clean and refreshed, and it's all natural as well. Everything we have is natural. Now I'm applying the primer, Glorious Primer, and it just glides on so silky. I'm using this as a base between my foundation and my actual skin, and I just love how this primer keeps my makeup from creasing and flaking and things like that. So now I'm looking for my BB Flawless Cream, which I do use the color Caramel, and it blends right into my skin. I spray a blending bud with rose water, so I dampen the blending bud, and I just apply this into my skin evenly. I absolutely love the BB Flawless Cream. If you're a part of my VIP group, you know every time I post a picture, I'm always saying that I use the BB Flawless Cream for my foundation. So I'm just going to go ahead and blend that in with my powder puff brush. The next step I'm going to do is use my Mineral Touch Concealer to highlight under my eyes, down the bridge of my nose, and on my forehead and chin. I have no idea what the face what I just made, but let's go right into it. So you can see that I blended in, and I'm just blending. I applied it onto both eyes, down the bridge of my nose, like I said, and my forehead and my chin, and right above my cupid's bow on my lip. And you want to go 1 to 2 shades lighter than your foundation color when you're using concealer. Next, I'm going to go in with my Mineral Press Powder. This is the darkest color that we offer. It is Cypress. I'm just going to use that to contour. So I'm going to apply the Mineral Press Powder on my forehead, in between the hollows of my cheekbones, and under my chin, and on my nose, on the sides of my nose, to give it this slimmering effect. And I'm using a contour brush by e.l.f. We don't have a specific contour brush, so I am using one by e.l.f. to go ahead and just apply the foundation. So now I'm just using a blending bud to blend everything in, as you can see. And I wanted to go in evenly, so I did ditch my powder puff brush for the blending bud, and the blending bud is damp still. And now I'm just going in and I'm just blending, blending, blending. Cannot blend too much. I'm just blending, blending, blending. And I just keep blending. And I blend some more. And I'm blending. Okay. Next, oh, still blending. Y'all cannot blend too much, I promise. The next thing I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to take some more of my Glorious Primer, and I am going to prime my eyelids, getting it ready for the eye colors that I'm going to use. So I just go ahead and apply this a few seconds early because I want to give it time to dry and to set into my eyelids. You always want to prime your eyelids to keep the color from creasing and flaking up. You want it to last as long as possible on your eyelids. So you always prime. Like, priming is such an important step when doing makeup, applying makeup on your face. So I'm just using a foundation brush just to make sure that that primer gets into my skin evenly. Dry, dry, dry. So while that's drying, I'm going to take my bronzer. The color that I'm using is Sunset, and I'm just going to set my face, just to make sure that everything is an even color, and just to make sure that my concealer basically isn't too light on my face. That bronzer does help me get a bronzy look. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just straighten up my eyebrows a little bit. I don't really do a lot to my eyebrows. I kind of just fill them in. And I don't have my eyebrow kit yet, but it is coming. It's on its way, so I cannot wait till I get it in. But for now, I take a liner brush. I spray it with rose water. And I use palette 3 Irate, which is the blackest color that we have, the darkest color that we have. And I just fill in my eyebrows, just to get them just to look just a tad bit darker than they are. And then I just color in that, and I just blend, blend, blend. Shape, shape, shape. And I just comb it out. So I try to make it look as natural as possible, and it just blends in with the hairs that I already have. It's looking funny a little bit, so I'm just going to clean it up just a tad bit. Now that my primer is all dry on my eye, I can go ahead and start using some color on my eyelids. So the first color I'm going to do is from palette 1. No, sorry, I lied. It's from palette 2. And it's the color Cocky. And I have to feel for my crease because I do have hooded eyes. So I feel for my crease, and I'm just going to put that Cocky right in my eyelids. And I'm just going to go in windshield wiper motions to make sure that color is blended out. Now I am using a Sonia Kashuk brush that I did buy from Target. It has a thick thick bristles at the end, and I just love how that color blends in with my eyes. It makes my color blend in with my eyes a lot better. So I just got a thicker brush for blending in my crease. I absolutely love that brush. So now I am looking for, I'm not sure what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something. Okay, so I'm not sure what I was looking for, but we're still blending in that Cocky. Blend, blend, blend. So I think I'm getting ready to go into my next color, which is, nope, I'm still blending. I actually have a blending brush now just to make sure that I blend that into my skin. I don't want any harsh lines at all. So now I'm going to take the color Flippant from palette 3, and I'm going to apply it on my lid. I think that's palette 3. I'll list for sure in the comments below. I think it's palette 3 though. But that's a light purple, and I'm just going to put that on my eyelid. I'm just going to blend that in on my eyelid. And I'm using the Unique Deluxe brush to apply this Flippant. That is palette 3, yes. I saw Irate on there. So next I'm going to take the color Cheeky. And I think I'm going to apply that on my outer lid, like my outer V. And I'm just going to blend that in with the Flippant. So Cheeky is like a darker shimmery purple. And I absolutely love the purples. And I'm just going to make that my outer lid color. I'm going to go under the eyelid as well. And then I'm just going to go behind and I'm going to blend right in my crease and on my outer V. Just blend those two colors together so that they look like one color. So next I'm going to take the color Determined from palette 3, and I'm just going to highlight. I think that is Determined that I took from palette 3. And if I say anything wrong in the video as far as color is concerned, I will list the correct colors in the comment box. But I'm just going to go back in. I'm just blending now, just to make sure everything flows smoothly on my eyes. And I'm actually taking that blending brush and I'm just blending. I love how this makeup is looking, and I love the color that it's giving me. Like, it's giving me so much life right now. So I just make sure that that highlight color does blend in with that transition color really well. So now I'm going to take Makeup Forever Pro Sculpting. And there's this gold color in there that I absolutely love. I'm going to just go over my nose and my cheeks with it, just to highlight it just a tad bit more. I absolutely love that color. And I am using the highlight brush that I got in that Groupon set for 20 bucks off of Groupon. It's like 32 brushes comes in that set. Next, I'm going to line my eyes. Now, I don't really line on my eyelid because my eyelid is already covered up by so much skin. So I just line the eyelid waterline at the top and the bottom. And I do that with the Precision Liner offered by Unique in the color Perfect. It's smudge proof and waterproof. I absolutely love that liner. And I cannot wait to try the liquid liners. So now you already know it's my 3D Fiber Lash Mascara. I absolutely love that. It gives my lashes so much volume. And my real lashes are growing. And I think I adjusted the camera so you guys can see me apply the mascara a little bit. So you already know it's 3 steps. It's first the fiber gel goes on first, and then you do the fiber lashes. Or the fiber, I'm sorry, you do the fibers. And then you do the gel right after. And most of the time I apply 2 coats on both eyes. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. I'm just applying that and making sure that I get into those eyelashes really good. And as you can see, look how thick my eyelashes are becoming. I just love the black effect that it gives. And sometimes you're going to have some of the gel to rub off on the lid, or sometimes you might have some fallout from the fibers. Totally normal. Totally normal. They don't stick or anything. It doesn't like smudge or anything. So you'll see me take a brush and just kind of wipe those fibers away in just a second. Because that happens to me all of the time. There I am wiping it away, making sure everything is still blending in perfectly. Now I'm just making sure that everything is set. And then I'm going to go ahead and go over my lips. I wanted a neutral lip since I did like a dark eye, well, semi-dark eye. So I'm taking the color Pouty and I'm just lining my lips. And then my new favorite lip gloss color for a new look is Luxe. Luxe, Luxe Lip Gloss. It's the liquid lip gloss that we offer. And it just gives my lips that new look. Looks just like my normal color lips. And I think I went over the Luxe with a little bit of Lovable, which is like a pinkish color. So I just mixed the two together. And I'm just making sure that I get all of my lip. Make sure there's no smudge. There's the Lovable coming in right now. And that's how I achieve this look, you guys. I'm just cleaning it up, making sure that there is no liner or lip gloss all on my chin and cheek. And that's how I got this look, you guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. Follow me on Facebook, facebook.com/UheartElysia.